Hey everyone, it's been another week and we're getting closer and closer to Christmas, so I've started wearing my Christmas clothes. This is my ugly Christmas sweater, my unicorn. And thankfully Wednesday afternoon I got my machine back, so it's back in its rightful place and I've been sewing up a storm. So let's get right into the projects. One of my embroidery projects that I'm making for my youngest, for her to play with her little dragons, is called Terrifying Tower from OESD. And so you use this shape flex, which is like a stiffened felt, to make all these pieces, and then it will use all of this stabilizer around the edges will all get dissolved in water, and then these eyelets will poke through eyelet holes on other pieces that they connect to, and then it'll be like a 3-story tilted tower that'll look like a really cool haunted mansion tower. So I got a few of those done. I did a duplicate of that one because I was experimenting with a thicker felt. So that's just the same. So I got 3 pieces done, and then this will have a really cool entryway that comes out that has the door. So I got a little bit done on that. I got started at least. And then I also finally completely finished my Twilight Boo-levard bench pillow that I started 2 years ago. So here it is. I used my other little yellow and purple machine to sew the backing on. But I managed to get all the lights in. I hot glued them in. And you can see the lights are on. And then there's a little hanging mini quilt there. I added that. And there's a little bench pillow on the bench, a little mini bench pillow that says Boo on there. And then put the backing on. So then the backing is 2 pieces with an opening in the middle to stuff the pillow in. So I'm so excited that that is totally done, because it's been a couple years in the making, and most of that was spent with it just waiting at the long arm quilter to get that done. Okay, and then I worked some more on my football team Afghan. So I did a bunch more rows. I got my 2nd row of gold done. So that is moving quite along. That's how long it is. It's coming along slowly but surely. And then of course my koalas quilts. I am 2 koalas behind since I didn't have my machine last Thursday, but I did get 2 done yesterday. So I got the yellow one done, and I got the turquoise guy done. And this one is the same color as what the pillow will be. So I'll have another one of this guy for the pillow. So I actually have 6 koalas done. So I'm halfway done my 12 koalas, which is exciting. And then while my machine was gone, I did some cutting that I had been putting off, and some other organizing. So I finished trimming these blocks for another bench pillow from Kimberbell that's similar to Twilight Boulevard, but a Christmas theme. It's called Candy Cane Lane. So I finished trimming these and then sewed these together on Wednesday once I got my machine back. So then that one has eyelet holes for lights as well, which I haven't punched yet. And then that one has a thin blue inner border, and then it's got some thicker pieced borders. So I sewed those borders together. And then the next step on this is actually, there's a piece of a long strip of thin snow that goes along the bottom of here. So I've got to cut that out. I'll probably use felt for that. And then as for other cutting, I did all the cutting for the backgrounds and all the little pieces for the embroidery for a second one of those Candy Cane Lane bench pillows. So the one I just showed you will be a giveaway or a sell bench pillow, and then I will be making a second one for myself. And here's a picture of what it looks like when you cut all the pieces and sort them into each what block they go to. And then cutting. So I didn't have my machine for a whole week, so I did some more cutting. I cut out all the pieces for another bench pillow, the new Nativity bench pillow from Kimberbell that just came out this summer. And this is what it will look like when it's done. Really, really simple, but really classic and really, really elegant. So I had to have that one. And I could just do that one. I mean, even once the backing is on and the lights are in, you can still use it as, say, a table runner or like a coffee table cover or something other than a bench pillow. I don't have to put a pillow in it. So I'm not sure if I'll use that one as a bench pillow or if I'll just see. And then the last thing that I worked on yesterday, once I finished my second koala, I realized that I had already cut the pieces to this and I didn't want to leave it too long because I've heard that your fabric can stretch out and relax when it's sitting in storage for a long time. I think it would have to be at least a year or a few years before that started to happen. But I realized that I'd already cut the pieces for this, and so I just needed to sew it. So I decided to just go ahead and do that. So that is one block of a quilt called the Starling quilt. And this is intended to be a pillow. And I snatched it up when I saw it at the local quilt store because I have a kit to do the full quilt of this, which is 20 of these blocks. And so this is my practice block for that, for the big quilt. So the fabrics aren't the same, but that's fine because this will just be a pillow for me, for my house, or that I will give away. But I have I have navy and white in my living room and my main floor. So that will match my main floor quite well. And then with my embroidery machine, I used a 5-inch embroidery design. So each of these are finished at 5 inches. And so 9 times, I hooped it 9 times and used just a simple stipple embroidery design on my embroidery machine. And I'm so happy to have my machine back. I can't even tell you. So that's just ready to have the backing put on, and then they did it with a binding. So I will have this for the binding and then a white floral that matches for the backing. So I may have that done for next week's video, have the pillow totally done, and I will put it in a pillow form to show you. That is from this book, Sunday Best Quilts. So the full quilt, Starling, is so incredible. I'm nervous to make it because I feel like my piecing won't do it justice. It's so gorgeous. And I have these fabrics as well. So I have these ombre fabrics that are going to be just stunning. So it's hundreds and hundreds of pieces. So I don't know when I'm going to start that. I have so much on the go. I am so excited. I received my new collectible Christmas. The Christmas Village is done being sent out with the collectible Christmas subscription. And for the next year, it's called Sing Noel, is the next collectible Christmas collection. And it's, you get like a big pre-quilted wedge every month. So you get 12 wedges and then you'll sew them together to make a tree skirt. And then they also supply the materials and the design to make matching ornaments. So this November is called Noel. So then there's a Noel design with little birds on your tree skirt wedge and then a matching ornament. And then they give you all the little bits to do the little bow and the little greenery twig to go on the ornament. So I'm excited to start that as well. I think I'll just make the ornament and put the wedges aside for later. And then once I've received all the wedges, maybe next fall, then I'll start assembling the tree skirt. But that could change. I'll just see how I feel. One cool thing I had my son 3D print me this week is I wanted to change out my rotary blade, and so I found a free 3D printing file on Thingiverse that I'll link to below. And it's for your old rotary blades. You can still get a little bit of use out of it. It's a rotary blade holder thread cutter, thread or yarn cutter. And you put your old rotary blade inside, and then it's just got this little notch here, this little opening where you can slide your thread or your yarn in to cut it. And so it just gives you something, a use for your old rotary cutter blade so they can still get a little bit of use out of them. And then you can hang it on a necklace or a keychain if you want. You can take it with you, and then you're not taking scissors out of your bag and having to deal with sharp points if you want to take this on the go. And then you're supposed to be able to take these potentially on an airplane or other traveling, so then you don't have to worry about having your scissors confiscated. You can take this and have this on a necklace, and then you have a way of cutting your yarn if you're taking your crochet or your knitting on the go. So I'm excited about that. I think that's really, really cute because it looks like a little piece of pie. And that's really about all I have for you this week. My question for you is, what is your favorite tool? Do you have a little cutter like this? Do you have a favorite pair of scissors or a favorite rotary cutter that's your favorite? Mine is been so good to me and just held up so well through tons and tons and tons of cutting. And actually it was my mom's. I got it secondhand from her when I started quilting. She sent it to me because she wasn't using it anymore. You know, there's an infinite amount of tools that you can use for crochet, quilting, embroidery, sewing, etc. So what's your favorite tool that you use to do one of those things or to do whatever your hobby may be? I'd like to know. Leave a comment below and let me know what else you'd like to see and what you think I should start working on next. As I said, I've got the Starling kit from this book, but I also have another fun Christmas project. That's this one. I have the kit for this guy. That's a quilt from Lori Holt of Bee in My Bonnet that's called Bringing Home the Tree, which is so cute. I had to have it. And I actually just went to a Black Friday sale this morning and got backing for it that has little cars, similar, very, very similar, like the same car with presents on top and with trees on top, staggered throughout. So I've got a matching backing, so that'll be amazing. And I bought the backing for my Koalas quilt, which I got a really pretty heathered turquoise fireside for the back. So I think it's going to be maybe the coziest quilt that I've ever made, my Koalas one, when all is said and done. So anything else you want me to talk about next week, just leave a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.